one of the great American innovations of the 20th century, besides comic books and superheroes, is the sanctity of childhood. Countless billions are spent making modern childhood a 24/7 Disneyland of indulgence and delight. One could argue that this myth of childhood is the only thing still held sacred in our dehumanized, commercialized society. That's from I Want to Believe in Our Gods Wear Spandex, The Secret History of Comic Book Heroes by Christopher Knowles, a past guest of mine on my Blog Talk radio show. Our interview is available on archives, but this coming Friday, from 7 to 9 p.m. on blogtalkradio.com/The Stench of Truth, I'm going to have Michael Cremo, the forbidden archaeologist, as my guest, where we'll talk about human devolution, the extensive antiquity of the human race, and the knowledge filter as it is applied to archaeological findings. So join me for a fantastic discussion this Friday on my Blog Talk radio show with Michael Cremo, the forbidden archaeologist. On with the show. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. I was very happy to see, ecstatic even to see, that some activists and protesters took over a branch of Bank of America with a list of demands and notes, bills, if you will, for the bank, for their complicity in the total meltdown of our fucking economy, and for their complicity in the destruction of the mortgage market and the total fraud of the derivatives market, for their complicity. This is exactly the kind of thing that I have been proposing and agitating for, and that is street action in this sense. Taking over the banks, blocking access to the banks, blocking commercial activities of these fucking parasites. This is ecstatic news, and I'm very happy to report on it. This is the kind of thing that we have to look forward to. This is the kind of thing that we have to push for. This is the kind of thing that we have to get into the news, to have people see and comment on and understand where the problems of the economy lie, and that is squarely at the feet of institutions like Bank of America and others in this country who have reaped the benefits of 0 or near 0% interest loans from the Federal Reserve. The same fucking Federal Reserve that says there will be no bailouts for the states of the United States that they supposedly fucking serve as the central bank of. While they give hundreds of fucking billions of dollars to foreign banks and to fucking corporations. So, congratulations to the protesters who took over the Bank of America branch. Now, I want to comment about something else very briefly here. And just to illustrate to you the two-faced nature and the bullshit attitude of Alex Jones and InfoWars. Now, granted, Alex Jones did not write this piece, but he had it on his scroll this morning before I left for work. And it really fucking goaded me. And it illustrates exactly what the problem is with Alex Jones and InfoWars. And that is the two-faced nature of what he does. He is now the mainstream media of alternative media. And he licks his fucking finger, puts it up to the wind, and see which fucking way it's blowing. That's why he can have Ron Paul on, who wants to go back to some form of backed currency and end the Federal Reserve, which is all fine and dandy, but but then also have Webster Tarpley on his show who talks about using the Federal Reserve for the benefit of this fucking country, which is exactly what the fucking thing is there for. Now, if you decide to get rid of the Federal Reserve, that's fine. That's perfectly okay. You put the money power back in the hands of Congress where it fucking belongs through the Treasury Department, and then you direct the fucking Treasury what to do with it. And that would be, first and foremost, to provide funding to the fucking states. But I don't hear Ron Paul calling for this, and I don't hear any right-wing fucking stiffs calling for this. And this is the nature of Alex Jones, who has a story on pointing out the fact that so-called socialists and various other people were involved in this protest at Bank of America. And somehow this makes this a bad thing. Well, I have news for you, you fucking asshole. If fucking reptilian aliens from Zeta fucking Reticuli were taking over a branch of Bank of America and pointing out their complicity in the fraud and destruction of our fucking economy and the introduction of this fucking austerity bullshit that's being shoved down our fucking throats across this country, I would stand next to them even as they were eating me to support them. So I don't give a shit who's doing it. The fact that it is getting done is the important thing. The fact that a light is being shed on this is the important thing. So stick it up your ass. Pick a fucking side and go with it, motherfucker. You're making money hand over fist over there with your fucking machine. Pick a goddamn side. You're either against the fucking banks or you're for them. You're either against the fucking unions or you're for them. Where do you fucking stand? Pull together your fucking news. Have your fucking cake and eat it too, because that's what you're trying to do, just like the mainstream media does. You're no fucking different. So kudos to the protesters and activists who took over Bank of America branch. I hope more of this happens. And I don't care who's fucking doing it. If it's a colony of fucking rats, I want to be there with them. Because that's where the focus needs to be. So fuck you and your questioning fucking pieces that you put on your fucking website, InfoWars. Fuck you. Power to the protesters, and I don't give a fuck who they are. And neither should you. As long as they're shedding the light where the light needs to fucking be. Thank you. Good night.